This here says we follow the system of the Prophet Muhammad. Some media's turned round and said that the women and children in there are innocent, etc. But the fact of the matter is that everybody in there, they're not civilians, they're Daesh. They're Daesh, they're not civilians. So that's what some press are calling them. But there's no civilians in there, just Daesh. So the caliphate, it goes up in smoke. That is the last corner of the caliphate. The very last corner. As you can see, we're in the final corner of the so-called caliphate. What can you say? Might be the end of the caliphate, but the mentality is still here. All them stay till the end. There's thousands here. You can hear the fighting going on in the background still. Hopefully it's going to be over in the next day or so. But everybody that you're seeing coming out there now, they stay till the end because they've got total belief in this caliphate. As you can see, they get searched and taken up all the way up there to the top, and they'll get searched again more in depth. What can you say? They stayed till the very end. And these women that are now and the children, is that the future ISIS? You have to wonder. I think it is. 100% it is. That's the SDF. This is the Kurds in general. And yeah, what can you do? You know, they're happy. End the battle, as you see. There goes the Daesh families. The guys are arming up for the next attack. They've been fighting.
بالله عليك وين عملت ما هيج وينه لحق نهاد.
Yeah, a lot of things, guys. Yeah, a lot of things going through their heads. Will they make it? But also, they sense the victory. They sense it. They smell it. What about the females? Are they fighting much?
يقول نسوانهم كمان يقاتلون? Yes.
Is that the first time you've seen it here, or have you seen it before?
يقول أول مرة تشوفون نساء قناصات ويحاربون ولا قبل شفتم كمان ولا بس؟
لا أول بس هنا.
This is the first time to see them.
بس هنا أول ما كان لا.
هناك ما يحاربون.
لا.
Behind no they weren't.
لا. من صاروا هنا تحاصروا.
When they been sieged here they started to fight.
ظلوا عراقيين وبأجانب.
They are just Iraqis and foreigners stayed here.
هو نساء عراقي.
camp, and Jesus, it's hot. Building some buildings over there. Obviously shows how long term they're planning to do it for. We're going way over there. It's a nice breeze today. So this is the Westerners part. So there's Westerners here from all over the world. And they still wear their niqabs, still hide themselves. We're in Al Hol camp. It's the 12th of May, and we're doing an interview with Samia. And basically, you've got the kids here, you've got others over there. There's roughly about 9,000 Western ISIS members in this camp, which has roughly about 73,000 people in it. Sorry. And what I'll do is also your name, age, and where you come from.
My name is. The kids are crying. So.
I'll be okay.
Okay. My name is Samia Hussein, and I'm from Britain. And
Your age?
my age, yes, I'm 20. I turned 25. Yes.
And when did you first go and join the Islamic State?
When did I first go and join?
Yeah.
It was the beginning, the first days of 2015.
How long you been here?
Roughly about couple of months I've been here.
We're sitting here in the camp, and you were. Where were you captured?
In Baghouz.
In Baghouz. Yeah. What brought you to the Islamic State from the UK? What brought you here?
What brought me here? I went to Kenya to continue my studyings, and obviously I was studying journalism, and what brought me here was the propaganda of what was not true, really. I thought that I could come help the Syrians who were being oppressed by the Bashar forces and stuff. When I saw this online, it causes, like, sadness and feelings for the people here, and I thought I can come and make a change for them and benefit them, and at the same time becoming a better Muslim. I thought the Islamic State can give me the Islamic values I thought I was looking for.
Mm-hmm. Your family back home, were they practicing Muslims, and were you practicing before, when you were a child?
Yeah.
Were you brought up in a religious family? Did you go to the mosque? What happened?
My father was an alcoholic. So we had the family disputes and stuff like this because of his alcoholism, and also, so my mother raised us up as a single mom. It was more of education, becoming something, a benefit for the family, so she was a normal Muslim woman, she was good to everyone. She was known as she was very funny. She had a lot of friends. She had so I wasn't practicing. I used to dress how I wanted, hair open, go out with friends, that kind of lifestyle. Yeah, this was our family.
Normal kid, normal
my
teenager.
Brother,
I was going to say, what about your family? Your family, brothers,
my
sisters?
Sister ended up becoming a makeup artist, a professional makeup artist. She had a spa, My other sister worked for environmental UN and stuff like this. My brother has his own network company in the Middle East. So it's a family of our mother really put a lot of effort in us and money to really become something,
When did you get attracted to ISIS? How did it happen? Was it through family, friends, internet? Where did all of this, where did the journey for ISIS start?
Really from the internet, because with my family, I remember when I was sitting there with my mum watching the TV about, Al Jazeera speaking about the caliphate has been announced and so on, and I was telling her like, oh, what is this, it wasn't something interesting for her or anything like this, because as a Muslim, no matter where you are, you can practice the real Islam wherever it is, so it was something really from the net. My household we didn't know nothing about, we knew basic Islam, and the pure Islam, and this was stuff that really I got from the internet, because we were moderate Muslims, how to say,
Yeah.
So for the radicalization, and the thinking of this, trying to go and become a better Muslim and go to an Islamic state was more online. It was a trend. A lot of people were doing it. A lot of people were going, and the fact that there was videos of propaganda videos, let's say, where they're feeding the children, the Syrian children, and there will be clips of what the Syrian children went through with the airstrike of Bashar. So it was more like, it was really, to your heart, it's like, oh, okay. It really is this Islamic environment that I think I was going to, helping. So when you see the stuff online, you feel like you as a person need to become a better Muslim, help the society, help the environment, you understand? So this is what I thought. I left my career of being a journalist, probably working for Al Jazeera, you understand?
This is what's so strange, yeah.
You should be
walking about here. You should be asking the questions.
Yeah, instead of being asked the questions.
Yeah. You went to Kenya, and that was, what happened in Kenya? What happened? Because
a day in university, coming out with my friends from class, a video. It was all a video. I remember we were in the cafeteria, and the university I went to was an international university. So there's everyone from all over the world in this university, And it's like one of the top universities, especially for journalism. So we were just there. They were like, oh my, come watch this video, what's happening in Syria. Especially that time where Bashar was barrel bombing the Syrians and the chemical bombings and stuff like this, and you hear the people crying in the video. If you see them, where are you? Where is the people to come and help us? Where are the people? Like you feel like, oh, I'm here with my lifestyle and my this and my, and I'm not there to support them or to help them or to benefit them. You understand? And this is really pretty much it. This is where it started, when my heart started to feel.
you came here. Did anybody else in that university that was watching that things with you? Did any of them come?
To here?
To here, to join the Islamic State, yeah.
I travelled alone. No one came here. I came, and a few went to Libya. I heard of this after I came.
Okay.
Here. So a few went, and I went and travelled around. So I don't know, because they tried to come here, and then they I don't know, because of their passports and stuff like this, they couldn't end up coming. But I heard, I don't know.
Yeah. So the decision to join, when and where did that happen? When was that decision? I'm booking a ticket and going.
I was very skeptical. I was very skeptical. I remember I would cry, saying, no, I'm not gonna go. What the I can't, and then part of me, you would feel sad, like, how could I neglect these people? They need help. They need, So it was always a battle. I remember a few nights before I left, I was crying in the bed, you name it, bawling, and my sister's like, what's wrong? I want to tell them, but I know I can't, because I know they'll stop me from doing what I have to do. So, and I feel like I had a purpose. I need to do this,
On leaving Kenya, where did you fly to? What was the journey to the border?
To the border of Turkey and Syria.
What was your journey? Did anybody meet you at the airport?
Yeah, they tell you contact a number.
Yeah.
And you say, I'm in Turkey. They tell you, okay, make your way to Gaziantep, I think. And from Gaziantep, they drive you there. They open the door and they say, go, like go. And you just start walking, you know, like this, and just, yeah, it was just that. From Turkey to Gaziantep, and from I know a lot of people enter from different borders, but for mine was Gaziantep.
On crossing the border, was it at night, during the day?
Well, our one was in the daytime.
Daytime?
Yeah, daytime. It was in the daytime.
What was your thoughts walking?
I know many times the car stopped and they said, oh, there's guards in this area, so let's go back. We'll use another route to go in from. So when the cars finally stopped, they said, now's the time, start crossing.
When you stepped off that plane, where did you land? In Turkey?
In Turkey, Istanbul.
Istanbul,
Yeah.
right. When you got through the passport control, all the rest of this, what was going through your mind from then right up to the border? What was going through your
I'm
mind?
like, okay, I'm in Turkey, I've never been here before, that's one. Two, like your heart's beating, you really think, oh my God, like you're not gonna be back in UK, you're not gonna be in your comfort, you're really going to a country you don't know nothing about, you know? It was really, of course, it was like scary, it was like your heart's beating, and just, it's crazy, it really is.
Were you thinking about your family?
Of course, so much, family, friends, everything. I was like, oh, but the fact that I never thought it was illegal to ever travel to Syria. I thought it's another and I never thought you could not come out.
So for you, it started in Kenya, not really in the UK.
For me, it started in Kenya, not really in the UK.
Now, so the likes of MI5 UK security they had no inkling, didn't come to see you.
No.
But what about a lot of your
my
friends, British friends?
Yes, there's cases of British nationals that MI5 did come to them in their house and did tell them, you know, like when we're watching and blah blah blah. Underage, they still left with their passports. Yes, and the fact that they knew that Turkey was the destination of traveling to and coming in, still it seemed that everyone just walked in. And the fact that you just left and you're walking in, obviously for me, I never thought it was illegal to ever travel to the Middle East, you know, to travel to Syria. So when you're walking in and they take your passport and they stamp it and they let you go through, and when you're there waiting for the person to come and take you, it was so easy. And majority of the people that came would say it was so easy to come in.
Have you got friends that came from the UK though? Did MI5 and the security that came to see them, did they warn did they warn your friends' families or schools or anything like that?
I don't know like what individually what happened in their cases, but there's cases that I did hear. That's the thing, this is about hearing that the families were not warned, but that's how the kid left, because to take your passport they just take it and I'm going on a school trip, or they do lie to the family, but had the family known that this person was and the MI5 did inform them that they were radical, maybe the parents would be more strict on how to not give the passport at all, you know, keep a watch, where's the ticket for you to go to your trip to your school, you know, like this.
Yeah.
So
Whilst you were there, were you attending mosques or anything like that?
no attending mosques, not everyone is so shocked how quickly I just came. It was just watch the video, oh my, oh, you're this and that, online media, you're curious. Your curiosity is what leads you to check. You're there, you're curious, you're like, so what is this Islamic thing that they're talking about? Because once a Muslim hears an Islamic thing, you're like, oh, okay, an Islamic thing, let's see about that. You know what I mean? Like, what they talking about? And once you're in there and you see the propaganda on the media, like regarding, like those videos like Light Revelation, you know, where they're giving the kids food and they're doing that, and you're like, whoa, so this is the Islam that you...
But at the same time, did you not see you had an aid worker from the UK, for example, and as soon as he crossed over the border, he was kidnapped. Next thing, you know, Alan was beheaded on TV by British men, British Muslim men. Did you not see any of that sort of thing, the crimes that were going on under the name of the Islamic State, under the name
I told you, had I seen this stuff, it'd be a reason for me not to go. this is it's inhumane. You understand? It's like when you're seeing the propagandas and everything like that, they show you what they want to show you, and this is what your mind is focused on. And really, most of the stuff I'm telling you, when I came to the Islamic State, I started seeing it in documentaries. You understand? I started seeing it online like this, and then.
Were you speaking to anybody online that was here already? Were they helping?
Yes.
Were you speaking to them? They were giving you a description of here. Were they giving you instructions on how to come across all this sort of thing? What was happening there with that side?
Like the person who's already in Syria will tell you, and they will be an example. Like, hey, it's really good here. You can cover yourself. No one's gonna oppress you. You're gonna, you can really help the people. You can really make a benefit. So you really think, oh, this person's already there. So it must be something legit. It must be something, And the fact that a lot of people from all over the world is traveling there, So of course you're gonna fall for it. It was all trend. It was all a trend online.
So there was
There's
this.
people I know, like
who were you
gays.
speaking to? A male, female?
There was men that you were speaking to.
Oh, so it was not just one person.
Yeah, that like for the friend I was with, that was because I never used to go online, but the friend I was with would tell me information of what they do. Look, it's like this and like that. Because I was more of the skeptical one. Okay,
right.
I'll be like more like I do want to go help, but I don't want to leave my study. I don't want to leave my this and that. She's like, yeah, me too. But really, look, they're saying it's really good there. It's really this and really that. So of course it plays along because
Your friend that was giving you the info, did she come across? Did she ever come across?
as in.
Your friend, you were saying your friend was passing you what site to go on to.
Yeah,
what,
like the sites and stuff like this.
Yeah. Did that friend, was that one of the friends that went to Libya that couldn't get here?
I think so. I heard.
So how long did this go on for?
My family
the
told
online?
me, the one that you're friends with, because they blame, they say, you guys all, like, why did you do what you did, that kind of stuff. So they were the ones telling me, your friends couldn't end up coming here, and they said, oh, you can't come and help the people in Syria. Hey, we got links to Libya. Make your way there, you understand?
Yeah, that's...
So, like, even though they were stuck with their passports and stuff like this, but ISIS will find another way out for you. You understand? So it was really a connection, like...
Do you know people that came out, went back home, etc.? Do you know anybody that's done that? And
that came to the Syria and
came to the Islamic State, went back home, and do you know anybody that's done that? I
heard of cases where British nationals left and came to Syria, and because of for example, the life in Islamic State, this is another topic in itself that we will probably discuss. That it's a very risky. It's a 50-50 chance. If you're caught by the Amneen is more of the, let's say, the MI5 of the Islamic State.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When they catch you with the smuggler, they usually kill the smuggler straight away, and you're probably in prison. Okay. So a lot of people would find links. It was a couple of thousands to get smuggled out. So the ones that did end up doing it, they went back to the UK. I hear that their life is, they seem to be okay there. This is what we hear, but I don't know.
Because there's, I'm just talking about the UK alone here, roughly 450 returned
back to the UK.
Returned to the UK. Most of them are walking freely.
And there's cases of people that came here twice, I heard.
Yeah.
And they went back, and their life is normal. There's cases of people that came here twice, I heard.
Yeah.
There's cases of people that came here twice, I heard.
Yeah.
And they went back, and their life is normal.
How big a part did the internet play in this?
Big. I would say the biggest. I would not know things that I would know if it wasn't for the internet at all. It was really from the internet, because you find people in Syria who are messaging you on Facebook or messaging people on this and that, and there was a lot of the internet had to play the biggest part for majority of the people's radicalization.
Here we go. Another day in the caliphate, as I call it, because that's what it's like. This is now the last part of the caliphate. You got 63,000 ISIS families in there, future, and the kids, they're basically future ISIS. So basically, yeah, it feels like you're going into the caliphate. Yeah, what can I say? That's us back at Al Hol, having to go through the checkpoints, final checkpoint. A lot of checkpoints on this road. Well, you'll hear the firing now. We just walked through a crowd there. They were arresting somebody, and next thing they're having to fire in the air because there was a mob trying to attack the guard. You hear it? So we basically just walked clean through probably 100 dash there, mixed men, women, as the firing was going on. You'll hear it now, they're still doing that, so we just walked back here. But it looked like they were arresting somebody, so it's probably one of the, you know, he's possibly an ISIS suspect that they've got enough to get to arrest. Who knows? But the firing's, it's off and on. That's no worries. But yeah, that's what it is. Got medical over there. And that's the medical centre there.
The women had nothing to do with this, you understand?
But neither did.
Right, how old are you?
I'm almost 35.
And you're from?
Holland.
Holland. What year did you come?
I came here in 2014 in November. In the middle of November. I came here.
Right, hiya. We're in Roj camp. And how long have you been here?
I'm here, I don't know, it's now 2019.
I said Roj camp there, didn't I? It's actually Al Hol camp.
Yeah, it's not Roj camp.
It's Al Hol, yeah.
Oh no, I don't want to be a Roj camp.
No, why not?
Oh no, because first of all, you have to take off your niqab.
You don't actually.
You don't. Well, they said they do.
Ideally, you do.
Yes, and they don't. You're not allowed to take a Quran with you, and it's mixed. I don't have a problem with men, with non-mahram men, like men. But you know, I like to keep my distance with men. If I'm not married to them, I keep distance.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from Holland.
And you're how old?
I'm sorry?
How old are you?
I'm 34 years old.
Yeah. What year did you come?
I came in 2014.
And what's your name, if you don't, even first name?
My first name is Janetta.
Janetta.
Yeah.
And why did you come to the Islamic State?
I came here to the Islamic State to practice my religion, to wear my hijab, my niqab, my dressing, and to get married. I have a happy family without being harassed by people.
Who was your? And you came here. What country did you come through to get here?
I came through Holland. I came through to a country. I came. My friend, she took me in a car and she dropped me off in the country to the airport. I prefer to not to say.
Would Turkey be the country?
Yeah, I went to Turkey.
Yeah. Any problems at the border?
No, because I used to come very often in Turkey and everything. I was always in Turkey. I speak also Turkish.
Okay.
I was coming up and down, so for them, I was not a problem.
Yeah. When you crossed, and that was in 2014,
Yeah.
you said that you got married. Who was your husband?
I prefer that to have for the family of my husband and in-laws. I like to keep that for myself because it's not important. That will just cause unnecessary feelings, mixed feelings for them.
Where was he from?
He's originally from Maghreb.
From
Maghreb, Morocco.
Morocco. Ah. And you got married,
Yeah,
and then he got killed.
yeah.
Do you know how he was killed?
No,
No.
I don't know. He just went to the battle. He said that he needed to go to the battle, and he just never came back.
Yeah.
3 days after that, he went, and he come, and I get the information that he got killed.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing ever.
And you've got a child too?
No, not for him.
Ah, okay.
Not for him. Because I got married second time.
Yeah.
The marriage didn't work out. And I got divorced when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
I have to sit my waiting period and I give birth. I give birth and everything. From then since I'm single. Since 2 years I trying to come out.
You came to, as you said to me earlier, you came for you came for a man, you came for love, you came for whatever. You said that you didn't come for the Islamic State. You came for what you felt was to be freedom, to practice your religion.
Yeah.
But the caliphate was basically built on mass murder and slavery. How do you feel about that? Do you feel that the Islamic State represented your religion?
Well, first of all, I had nothing to do with slavery. And second, I had nothing to do with mass murder. I don't have anything. I haven't seen it. You understand?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I haven't witnessed it.
What did you think about it when you heard about it? Did you see it online? What did you think about the crimes been committed?
First, I was shocked. But then, and then they explain you and they say, okay, what can you know? You think you're okay. There's some part that I don't know.
How did they explain the crimes? How did they explain beheading hostages on TV, Western hostages as Muslims?
I don't have a comment on this.
No.
Because this is not my idealism, and I have no comment on this, really.
As a woman though, how do you feel about what the Islamic State did to the Yazidi women and children?
I don't know, really. One thing I'm saying, like, myself, my person, I don't have knowledge about this, and what I don't have knowledge about this, I don't speak about this. And what
Islamic State dash, whatever you want to call it, is now finished. You're now here in Al-Hol camp. The Kurds are basically, they'd love nothing more than for all you women and children to go home.
Yeah, I do want to go home.
Yeah. The people of the West are actually supporting the Western governments, and they're basically saying, leave you here. You came here, you gave up all your rights to your country to come and join the Islamic State. Why should your country take you back?
It's so funny. I never came to join any organization. That's the most funniest part. Women do not join an organization. This is such a funny part. This is something I'm so not agree with. I never joined an organization. If you join an organization, to my belief, you support them. You do this and you do that, you do that, and I never did this.
But coming to the Islamic State, do you not feel that in itself is supporting the Islamic State, supporting ISIS, by coming to join it?
Coming to join it, I just came to practice my Islam. If practicing Islam is joining a terrorist organization, do you understand what I mean? There's something two different things.
Yes, but ISIS is built, as I say, it was built and being built in a way sort of the same as the Nazis were. They were committing crimes against civilians, women, children. So the state was been built on that. How do you feel ISIS represents your? Do you feel ISIS represents your religion? Do you feel that organization ISIS represents your religion, your faith?
If it represents, I don't have a comment on that because, like I said from before, I came to wear my hijab. I don't felt to practice my religion in Holland. I just came, like I said to you from before, I came here just to practice my religion. I wanted to get married. I could not get married in Holland. And here it was easy to get married. I want to have children. It's normal to have if you want to get married and you want to have children. I just want to have a normal, happy life.
Why should your country take you? Why should Holland take you back? Why should the people trust you?
Why should the people trust me? Because first of all, I never committed a crime in my life. If you look at my, you cannot find even that I steal even one thing. I never went to court. I never went even to court. I never did anything.
Yeah.
I always sit at home. I went to school and I studied, I worked, and I just was always with my family. I did nothing wrong. I never did anything wrong.
Your family, how do they feel about you being here? Have you spoken to them in the time?
I spoke to them in the time when I was in the Islamic State. I spoke to them. They want me to come back.
Yeah.
And I was always been scared to come back because the road back is very difficult.
Are they ashamed of you joining Islamic State?
In the beginning they were yes, but afterwards they just wanted me to come back home. And after my mom talked me into, she just come back home, I just want you to be with me and my grandchild. And I was just, after all the bombings and all the people dying from hunger, from killing, from shootings, from snipers and bombs and everything, I just said, I have it. It's, how it is to see small children dying.
Yeah, but
really
sadly, but the thing is,
and also that the snipers are aiming for small children and even airplanes.
But ISIS were selling women and children. These but fellow Muslims, they had to be defeated. The coalition supported Muslims to defeat ISIS.
What did the small children do? If you shoot me, I understand. But if you have to do what they have the 2-year-old.
What about the small children sold by ISIS as sex slaves?
No.
That was happening, yeah. Yazidis.
I don't know anything.
There's
about
over 200 mass graves just for Yazidis committed by ISIS, and there's countless graves full of your fellow Muslims. So do you not feel that ISIS should have been defeated by the world? Because it wasn't just Muslims fight; it was the world fighting against ISIS.
I didn't know that you would say this to me, because otherwise if you would have said this to me...
I did say that I would ask some other questions.
Yeah, other questions, but you hide this from me.
No, I'm asking you. You don't have to. It's up to you whether you answer or not.
I don't, to be honest, I don't know nothing about it, so I cannot give a comment. I cannot give a comment for it.
You joined
the
same. You joined an extremist organization.
Everything came on just on the right moment. You understand? Everything just came in the right moment. The right words, the right person, everything.
Was it online? Was it mainly online?
No, it wasn't online. It's just someone said, you want to get married? The son who wants to get married.
Yeah.
I just went. I was at home.
Yeah.
I tell you, I was at home. I didn't clean even the house out. He bring me literally everything, the shopping and everything. Sometimes he would take me out because I.
Did you love him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was good to me. He was very good to me. He didn't treat me bad or anything. He didn't hit me. We had 2 wonderful months
Yeah.
And then he just didn't come back home. Even if I think about the dates, I have to try.
Where was he killed? Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know the.
I don't know where he got killed.
Okay. What? Sorry, that would have been 2014, yeah.
2015.
Early. Yeah, because what you were
In
telling me.
January he got killed.
Ah, January. Okay.
January 18th, they can bring me the news.
Yeah.
There I felt hopeless because then everything reality just hits.
After he died, what happened then to you? What's happened? What happened to you after that? Where were you?
I was
were you
in my own
Raqqa?
house.
Whereabouts?
I was in Raqqa. I had to go to my own house. I was in my own house first.
Yeah.
But later on, they said, it's maybe better for you if you go to its sisters. You can share the same pain with you, loss of husband and everything.
Right.
After 10 months, I got remarried.
Yeah.
Hoping that I could have a child.
Yeah.
hoping if I could have a new chance of life, building up. Maybe I will fall in love again. It didn't work, so it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Alas, we get divorced. I give birth. Then what? Yeah, then slowly the invasion started to come. Everyone had to move from place to place.
Well, it wasn't really an invasion. It was people taking back their land from ISIS.
For me,
For you, it seemed like an invasion.
yeah, for me it feels like invasion because all of a sudden you're sleeping and you feel this phosphor being thrown. The windows come. It's like everything. You get airstrikes. Bombs, It felt for me like everything was getting destroyed around you.
Yeah.
So how would you feel like this, like everything is getting destroyed by the airstrikes and everything?
Well,
That is something different, huh?
yeah. That's war.
Yeah, war.
It's war.
I just, that's what I try to understand, like, the women have nothing to do with this, you understand?
But neither did the Muslim women, the Yazidi women, the Christian women killed by ISIS. They had
I
none
don't,
either.
to be honest, I don't know nothing about it.
No,
I
no,
cannot
what
give
I'm saying
I cannot
is
give a comment for it.
The
Only
crimes
thing-
that they committed against, especially the Yazidis
I cannot.
I'm just going to explain to you though. This is how I don't think a lot of you understand, because you were here, you don't understand how the world quite sees ISIS, and this is where the problem is coming in and you's going back home, because there's a hatred because of the crimes that were being committed on TV in front of the world by ISIS.
I'm not ISIS. The
I'm
women
just
are not
explaining
ISIS.
that's what the
But the women are not ISIS.
So you would go back home and you would just try. What would you do if you got back home to Holland?
I would go back home and I will hug my mom. I would sit down and cry. I would say, I'm sorry. I love my mom so much. Really so much. My mom is a Hindu,
Okay.
My mom is a Hindu. And I still love my mom. I still speak to her. This all for me, what you guys say. I don't understand.
Just well, that's back. We're just at Al Hall camp and just going through the town. So I need to watch what I'm filming, etc. Basically, Al Hall, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty much now the caliphate. Pretty much the caliphate. Coming in and out of here. The ideology is there. You can't just, if you leave this lot to it, then pretty much you're looking. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, hot. Now, that's the Russian one that wanted to stay here. She's Russian, she actually wants to stay here. I spoke to her the other day, she doesn't even want to go on camera with her. See the different nationalities with the kids. Look at that there. Pond full of filth. Can smell it from here actually. When you got to the Islamic State, did you get married, and to who? Yes. What was your reaction to that? How was it?
Before I left Kenya, the persons that were recruiting online and stuff, they tell you once you get there, you're going to be stuck in the what's it called? يعني مضافة. Madafa is like a house where it's just all this women from all over the world, and you're going to be there for a very long time if you don't get married, okay? And they tell you, so we're going to help you get married and stuff like this. So when I went there, I was there for a bit. I crossed over, and they brought me this West African guy. And yeah, I just sat there. Because I was virgin and I wasn't I wasn't married before. They went to a masjid. They did.
Sorry. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they went to the masjid. They came back with the paperwork, and they asked, "What would you want as your dowry?" And I said, "I don't know, you know." And the Qadi, which is the judge, said not more than $300. And then I just said, okay. So when they came to tell me this, I said, okay. And they came back with the paperwork. So I was married. And yeah, it was a very difficult marriage.
What was his name?
His name? Mm-hmm. He was known as Abu Sulaiman, Abu Maryam, like this, from West Africa.
When you got married and you got back to the house, what was going through your mind and what happened?
I remember when I was married, the first week I was crying all the time. I didn't, this is not what I came for, you understand? I knew that this is gonna stop me from my purpose and stuff like this. But this is the only way to come out of this madafa, this house, you know, that they put you in there. So yeah, I used to cry because of the culture differences. I'm more Western, he's more East, like, you know, the mentality and stuff like this. But so it was really difficult. It was very difficult.
What was your daily life like? When you got married?
I got.
What was it like in the Islamic State with him?
With him?
Yeah. Like, what was life like?
Like for him, like I said, he didn't.
No. I mean, sorry. What was life like after you got married? What was life like? Was it good? Was it bad? What was the daily life? What was the daily routine
life,
for you?
because
The
of
daily routine.
Daily routine would be wake up, cook food. When he comes back, eat, sleep, wake up, cook food. And you know, when you're married, you don't go out. They're the ones doing the shopping. And like I said, he was more in the city. He was not really gone. So he was often around, you know, always. So yeah, it was just this. This was my daily life. After Manbij, I went to Raqqa, and from Raqqa after so 6 months I was in Manbij and 6 months I was in Raqqa. Then I got injured, and he was there when I got injured.
How did you get injured?
There was a coalition airstrike. I was in my building, and the building in front of me got airstriked. They put a warehouse there of things of Islamic State, which we didn't know about. So that's how I got injured. I came into the house, and I just remember seeing orange, and I didn't notice I was injured at all. And I tried to run, and it's like, get down, like we don't understand. Like, you know, it's usually when it's targeted places, you know. We know it's a building full of families, so I knew it didn't hit us, but the impact, I thought, okay, it must maybe hit the building. So when I realized that my arm was cut off and my chest was split open, my leg was broken, the whole bone came out. Yeah, and it was from there, it was just about recovering after this.
So it wasn't a deliberate targeting of civilians?
But a lot, the case about this was, they never warned us that whatever was next to us was there. So the drone is watching them going in and out, and you're just in your house not knowing what's happening in the outside, you know. I blame the Islamic State regarding that you're putting things for some reason all the time in the midst of civilians and their houses to make it less targeted, maybe because they know that the coalition will not hit women and children, that they will put it in the midst of women and children. But the coalition has a bigger target, exterminating the Islamic State.
So do you feel, Samina, do you feel that
the plane that did airstrike where I was, they were saying that it was a Russian airplane that bombed, yes.
Samina, do you feel that the coalition deliberately targeted women and children like a lot of people claimed?
When they do,
you lived under it.
Like, you know, when they bomb houses of families and stuff like this, it was because there was something of the Islamic State there, you know, like that one thing of the Islamic State being there, and most people will not be aware. It's more undercover done. When it gets hit, everyone's like, what happened? How did it happen? And you know, like that. But deliberately, no, I didn't see deliberately. Did you ever see it? Deliberately, I didn't see deliberately.
Airstrikes, drone strikes.
Hitting women and children, no, I didn't see this. Okay. But because they were close to something of the Islamic State and something the families would get affected by it. But deliberately, no.
Do you feel
more deliberately would be Russia and Bashar? They are more deliberately. Okay. Russia would hit the souk, the market, while you're just there buying something. You just say, oh, Russian airline, bang, it came. Killed.
You mentioned the difference between airstrikes, drone strikes.
Yes.
What was that difference?
Airstrikes were more because they're targeting things of the Islamic State. The shrapnels, that would hit the families. You understand? They would hit what they're looking for, but the impact of the bomb will, because it's a big bomb. It's I don't know how many, you know, what's it called? Pounds of the bomb it is. I don't know, but the impact does damage. It does cause injuries and losses and stuff like this from the civilians.
Yeah.
And but the drone strikes were more precise. It was more like you would drive. I remember one case we came across. Oh, thanks. One case we came across a drone strike, and it was really like a one-man missile. Remember when we were driving past Hajin? It was crazy. It was really directly on the bus that we were in that was just passing by.
Yeah.
It didn't even get hit. Remember, it was really direct and precise. The drone strikes. Drone strikes are more precise than airstrikes. Airstrikes really. And Bashar before, we used to call their pilots, I think, were cross-eyed, I don't know. They wouldn't hit an Islamic State thing there, but they hit a school that's over there. You understand? Like, we used to call them cross-eyed. But the airstrikes, it was really like it was a propaganda thing, purposely being put in the midst of families because the coalition would bomb it, and they would put this in the media.
Do you feel the airstrikes and the Western support, do you feel that was essential in having to destroy ISIS
When it comes
in
to
support
like
of the Kurds?
because of like example, if you, I was
So, Samia,
Yeah. So yes.
how useful, how did ISIS see Western propaganda? Was it about fear? What was it? How useful? What did they want? How useful was the Western media for
It
them?
was very useful. Western media was very useful. Media is what the media propaganda is what brought a lot of people. You understand? So when they saw that media propaganda brought people all over the world, they knew this is a key to establishing. You understand? They knew that this was the key because media propaganda, online recruitment, online grooming, everything was just based on online, cyber, you know, it's like cyber jihad, let's just say, you know, like this. They knew, they saw the, how would I say, they saw the fruits of it after it was done, you know. So of course they will keep using this media because they know what it can benefit them in.
Now, the beheading of hostages, what's your thoughts on the beheading? Again, we'll touch on this. You know, what's your thoughts on the beheading of hostages? And what was the thoughts in amongst the people around you, even, you know, other British and Westerners in general? What was the thoughts on them? The beheadings and the slaughtering,
you know,
on
like,
TV
I give an example.
that were committed by ISIS.
In Syria, okay, is when you learn that people. I know in UK, I go to the butcher shop and he has a chicken already. It's slaughtered. Everything is done for you. This is what I'm used to seeing. When I come to Syria and I see the guy doing it right in front of you, like, oh, that, oh. I can't even look at a chicken. You understand my point? My lifestyle, my everything I never saw this before in my life. So seeing if a chicken can make me turn and say, no, I don't want to see this. How would a human's head be? You understand? It's not a joke. It's not a joke. And these are people come for aid work and come for this. It's like even more like, whoa, like it's not someone they claim to be a spy. You know, like when they say it's a spy, they'll think people start going, yeah, he's a spy, and because he bombed us and he chipped this house of the family, but they don't know the real reason why the house is being bombed. You know, like it's a bit. You understand my point? It was more. People be more like, whoa, aid workers, come on, they're just, you know, they're just here to, journalists, they're just here to just get out, you know what I mean? Like, but when it's like, what's it called, spies and this and that, people more, even the Syrian people were like, yeah, you know what, they did this to us, they killed our children, because they'll think the spy is the one that killed it, you understand, killed their children. So it depends. So, like I said, it's like, you don't even look at a chicken being, I never saw a chicken beheaded in my life until I came here, you know. And that's a chicken, it's an animal, you can kill it, you eat it. Imagine in the West, I never see a head of a person in a video. Like one time I told you about this Valentine's Day one, and we were like, what is going on? Yeah, we're like turning it off the tears.
I was going to say, because of all that was ISIS propaganda. They used that
it was for
and
propaganda.
It was all over the world's
and if you
media.
look at
But
Saudi Arabia,
Did you watch it?
and the videos like in documentaries, you'd see it. It comes up.
But did you watch any of that? Because they were putting out as propaganda. They were burning people in cages. Did you watch it? What did you think?
Okay, like example, there was a Jordanian. I remember this guy being burned. They were telling everyone we're doing this for retaliation because he was flying the plane and he was caught flying the plane, bombing the families, and they were burning alive. So they will tell the people it's retaliation. So most of the people will be like, oh my, it's gruesome, no one wants to watch this stuff. But it's not about the video. They're telling you the reason behind why they're doing it. You understand? So people will be like, oh, they burnt him because he burnt children, and people think, oh, it's just retaliation.
What did you think personally?
For me personally, I would never watch this. I never want to see anyone harm. If you know me, I'm not a person who wants to see. I wouldn't want that pilot to go bomb the children. I want the ISIS to kill him. You understand? It's like I don't want none of it to happen. Do you understand my point? And it's like, for me, it's not in our nature, especially as a.
What about the Western hostages? You know, there was there was the aid worker, Alan, what about what about them? What about the British? What about the British? The innocent British people that were beheaded
like
on
cases
TV
like this where it causes
by the
dispute.
Beatles.
When the thing is,
British
like, these are
Beatles,
people who did no harm. They're actually coming to help with aid work, with that, with that kind of stuff. But then when they do it to the people, like they claim to be spies and stuff like that, they would get the public because they'll show the videos of what that spy did. He burnt the kids and he did that to the kids. So you will feel like, oh my God, but then it will be more like, like, okay, what's happening? You don't understand. But when it was more like aid workers and stuff like that, it would be more like they did nothing at all compared, like it's obvious. It's more different. It will be more different.
What was your daily life like? The people, the culture.
The culture was very
the
difficult.
Conditions.
Very
what was
difficult.
everything?
Conditions. I think everyone got sick because our stomach. You're not used to the lifestyle. You understand? We're used to organic food and stuff like this. Not so the food is much different. I think for you, Alan, you can agree.
I definitely.
So it's anyone, whether as long as you travel to a third world country, it's automatically, of course, you get sick, you'd get, like this. But the conditions would be that. The hygiene level, I will give it a 0. What would you give it, Alan?
Close to 0
or negative
0.
10 maybe.
No,
I would definitely give it a 0. The hygiene level is not normal. And regarding for me, I'd say most of the Westerners had it very common. We have a Western background. We have a Western thinking. We have a freedom of speech. And all that kind of stuff. So when you came to a third world country and an Arab culture, it is that the men are more superior and the women are inferior. They're dominant. I think you guys can. He's a Kurdish man, like he's there saying, agreeing to it. The culture is that women cannot speak back, and because of the Westerners, we would speak back and put it back in their face. So it was very hard.
Yeah.
It was very difficult. It was very regarding culture, big clashes, and they didn't like the fact that they did not like Europeans. They did not like European. When the men would speak against the oppression, because we have freedom of speech. They would eliminate or do anything they can to just silence them, because it mainly came from Europeans.
But also you've got British in particular. You've got what they call them the Beatles, and they were beheading Western, British, American hostages on TV for the world to see.
And I told you, when you asked me this question before about the Beatles, I was like, I learnt this when I came out, and I heard about this Beatles being there, and I thought it was the band, the Beatles. Really, I really thought it was the Beatles band. But this, the Jihadi John one, I used to see it when I was in the Islamic State. I would see it there.
What do you think of the Beatles, for example? What do you think of that pair, the British? What do you think of the British fight? Not only the British fighters that came here, the men, but also the crimes that were committed by the likes of the Beatles, beheading British, not only British citizens, but American and just citizens from everywhere. They didn't, but in particular, the British ones. They were British. They were cutting off heads on national TV in front of the world.
And,
yes, an aid worker. Yes.
Yeah, this kind of stuff. For me, it's they had nothing to do with the war. You understand? It was all propaganda. It was mainly propaganda. It's in the beginning, it was all the fight against Bashar al-Assad. It's it turned into something else. You understand? And the fact that they used British citizens, it was more for their propaganda video. They could have, the girl said, they could have used a Syrian or an Iraqi or an Arab from the eastern country, but they used a British doing this to another British national. And for me, of course, any human, like I said, I remember seeing, when I was a child, because of Somalia, one guy was beheaded because he believed in Valentine's Day in Somalia. And I remember seeing it, the proper gruesome video. I was like, what is, any human nature would obviously feel like this is for me, no.
And I saw the Manchester attack with the British ISIS members beheading people on TV. With the London attack, with the Paris attack, and so many other different places throughout the
Like I
world,
told you, it's
do you
ambitious.
understand why
That the world.
the people of the UK and the West in general, they don't want you back. They don't want all the Westerners back. You're, as far as they're concerned, you're ISIS.
Every individual, like example, we have a government, for example. Let's say they oppress, they do wrong, they do that, and there's people amongst them who they don't support it, but they're just there for their no free will, basically. You're not going to hold that person accountable for what a person did. You understand? I'm not going to be put in prison and charged for what this guy did, or this guy beheaded an aid worker or beheaded a journalist. I will not be charged for it. So why should I be blamed for other people's action? You understand? If you look at the court case, if I'm taken to court, will they charge me for the crimes that this the Beatles did, or would I be charged for it, Alan? Regarding the crime?
No.
Yes.
But ISIS is a prescribed terrorist organization.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Like I said, what you came to, it was something completely different to what you expected. And the reality is, not only born Muslims came here, how many reverts came here? You're a witness, you know?
This is what's so surprising, I think.
So many. It could have been that MP's daughter that just met a Muslim guy who radicalized her. It could have been that president. You know what I mean? It could have been anyone's daughter or son, just in a second. And it's not like we were radical from before, and we were normal Muslim. I had a future of being a journalist working for Al Jazeera to overnight I'm in Syria.
Now,
Can you tell me more about the eminent?
you came in early 2015.
The first days of 2015, and I was trying to come at the end of 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it took about 2 months, let's just say, like this to come out.
And you came from Kenya, and I think we talked earlier on, again, like everybody else, you came through Turkey.
Yes.
By the time you'd come here early to January 2015,
Yeah.
there'd already been the crimes that were been committed against the people of Sinjar, the Yazidis. There was Western hostages all over the world's media that were being beheaded. How come you didn't see any of that? It was all over social media, TV,
when you're being
everything.
brainwashed, they will never show you the reality of what's happening. They'll show you the good side of everything that's happening. It's like I told you, I started seeing documentaries in the Islamic State regarding the Yazidis and everything like this in the Islamic State. I'm telling you, a lot of people wouldn't have come had they really seen this other side, you know, like, it was more like, don't believe what the media is saying, it's all lies, you know, that kind of stuff. And everyone puts this on the media, you know, like, media are known to like say lies here and there, some are not, you know, like that kind of stuff. Don't believe what the media says, this is the real thing, and they will send you their links, you understand?
Yeah.
And you see that stuff where they're feeding the children and they're doing that. I'm going there to help children, knowing that young children are taken as slaves or something. It doesn't, you understand? It doesn't play to the, oh, okay.
I just wanted to show your eyes there.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Sometimes your eyes are...
The reason to...
Yeah.
So it doesn't, you can't put two and two together. You're here to help the children, and knowing the people that you came with are taking young children as slave. It doesn't, you know, like, I'm here to help the children, you know, like, it doesn't make sense. Had I known, really, it would make up a lot of question marks against what they're doing and stuff like this. So yeah.
What would your message be to the families of the British people beheaded by the Islamic State? What would your message be?
One of my messages.
Because Islamic State, you joined Islamic State. them crimes
Yes,
were committed
I joined-
in your name, and in a way you've supported them by supporting the caliphate. So what would your message be to the families?
My message would be like that. How would I explain it? It was not right. It's not right. You understand? The fact that they did it, it's not me. You understand? And I wouldn't want this for anyone. That could have been anyone that I know that this would have happened to, you know? Of course I would feel remorse and sadness for anyone afflicted. I feel remorse and sadness for victims afflicted from the world and from the victims afflicted here. You understand? Like, for me, I'm not a person that is just stuck on one person. It's for humanity, you know, like this. So it's sad. This is the reality. Children of women are gonna airstrikes come, killing women and children here. They're gonna post it online. The world is gonna see it. Someone's gonna retaliate because of that. Because still their lives are lost. Their limbs are missing. They're this and they're that. Someone in the West is gonna feel remorse and retaliate in the West. Kill the women and children in the West. You understand?
You mentioned the time frame.
Yeah.
You mentioned the time frame, and
Not that, like,
can you give me the difference between the people that joined in 2012-13 and then joined later, you know, from 2013,
time,
2014, 15, 16,
Yeah.
the difference in why they came?
Okay, I'll give you up to where I am.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So the people that came before 2012-13 was more fight against Bashar, the Free Syrian Army, Jaish Hur. Everyone is just together fighting against fighting against Bashar al-Assad for the oppression he did to the Syrian people. And then you find that the people that came more after, they were, like, for me, like you said, like, I came here at the time where already crimes were already committed by the Islamic State. And like I said, like, had I seen the stuff before I came, I'd have never come. I'm telling you, that this is a clear thing where I spoke against while I was in the Islamic State. Why would I come to it knowing they already did it? You understand? Every individual will be different. There's people that would never saw it, and coming here is when you start seeing and analyzing the situation, you know. So it depends. For me, it was more like the Islamic State was already just been established when from the end of the year that I was planning on coming, it's been established, and it was more like the fight was still against the Bashar and stuff like this. The coalition airstrike started well after I even came. So with every the time, it was different.
and about,
No,
can you tell me more about the eminent?
you came in early 2015.
The first days of 2015, and I was trying to come at the end of 2014.
Okay.
Yes, it took about 2 months, let's just say, like this, to come out.